Good morning. As you can see, it's almost 9 a.m. in the morning. I really don't have, I don't think, any reason for making a video, but since yesterday I got both these monitors working, and I think I made a video yesterday about the cables, the DisplayPort cables that I ordered in, well, the day before yesterday, but they came the next day, was it? Same day of delivery, I think. And that worked for me, so that both of these monitors now, and with the inexpensive Dell computer that I purchased, which was only, I think, about $200. Oh, I see something that I haven't done is I haven't set up, when you're looking at that page that you're looking at now, there's no little, I'll take care of that later on, I won't do it this time, you know, little picture me up in the corner or something so you can see if I'm, because a lot of times when I started to do it again, a lot of times I'm, you know, pointing to something or making a, let's see what would be, so it'd be good to have a little picture over there of me, image of me. I'm using the Avery Media camera, but this camera, you know, I also have the drivers for it installed, and I could probably use, well, I have in the past, and then sometimes it's been a problem, just depending on the camera software that I was running or something. Sometimes one of them doesn't want to work, sometimes both of them will work, and I don't know. Oh yeah, and there a few times there, with different computers that I was using, sometimes both cameras would be available, and then there at the last, I'd get a message that there was a problem using both cameras. So I don't know what's going to happen when I hook up this. We'll see. I mean, I haven't, like I said, in the past I've had them both going, and then in the past I've also had, and it might have been depending on which computer I was using. But this Dell computer, well, that's, okay. I tell you what, let me stop here and see if I can hook this camera up, and then I'll come back. So don't touch your mouse, this is just a pause. Okay, I'm back. Both cameras are working, but this is not, and this now is the, oh, I forget the name. It's really a nice, you know, well, come to think of it though, this camera looks better. Huh. So I have both cameras that are working, but normally this camera over here is just the video is great on it and the pictures, but now maybe the drivers aren't exactly running for this one. But anyway, both the cameras are working. So I may want to switch, and maybe I don't want to use both cameras. Let's see. Yeah, I'll want to mess with the, with that later on. Um, what's this underneath here? Oh, yeah, I didn't know that was running. I'm surprised with that running that these, let's see if that made any difference. No. So that's good. The fact that I could actually pull up the thing to snap a picture, make a video. So I think maybe that has something to do with those two new cables that I got. I was going to show you something, and then I got sidetracked with this. Let's see, by the way. Let's raise this up a little bit. There. See if it goes up a little bit. So, I'm very happy with the setup, and because if you remember, you probably haven't been following that much. A few people have, but when I got the Dell computer that's sitting over there, which was a $200, rehab, I'm very happy with it, and but when I got it, it came with a little, special, because it was rehab, something that they printed up, and I really didn't pay any attention to it. It was like 1 page or 2 pages, and I didn't pay any attention. I should have, because months went by, and then I found out because of a fan of, I guess, my YouTube site, somebody that's helped me a number of times. I think he might have even recommended the Dell computer. But when I got it, on the back was a HDMI port, and because it was an old one, it also had that old, which I have some connectors someplace, but cables someplace, and even a keyboard that uses one of these old, but I thought, well, this is going to be a problem because there's only one HDMI port, and now there were 2 ports above it, and I messed up. Well, one I messed up by not, looking at the little piece of paper that came with it. But those turned out to be, which I did not know until this friend mentioned, that the 2 ports on there that you could run DisplayPort, 2 of them, from this Dell. The 2 ports above it, from looking at it, from the outside, they didn't look like an HDMI port, which it wasn't, and it did not look like a display port, which they both were. And then I was busy doing a lot of other stuff, but I did try, I tried the 2 ports above, I tried to put in an HDMI, of course it wouldn't work. And then I was going to try, I think I did think that I did it, the display port, to see if that would, go in there. And I think what happened is something came up. My ex-wife might have called me because she's in a wheelchair. She calls to sometimes put things in the microwave because she has trouble reaching up in there. And there's other stuff, stuff that come out of the oven that she can't lift up. And so I think something happened, or it might have been something else, it came up. And I thought that I tried HDMI and DisplayPort on those two ports. I didn't. So a day or two ago, I made a YouTube video and mentioned that I wanted to use ManyCam again, and that I wanted to use two monitors, and that I didn't have enough display ports, that it wouldn't work. Well, I did hook up other display by using other hardware that I had, but I couldn't have both of these good monitors. They're not really expensive. I'll probably show them to you here. I've showed them to you before. But then this fan said, yes, you have to, he said you have to run, to do what you want to do, display ports. And I said, well, I don't have two display ports from that one computer. And he says, yes, you do. And so then he actually recommended some new cables that are supposed to be really nice, display port cables. And I found out that I did need those to, I have a whole bunch of cables. I have a closet is filled with cables. I have a very few clothes because I don't need very many clothes. And the other half is filled with cables hanging there, every kind of cable you can think of. And so I tried using, micro mini, and using where is it? Things like this, which I've used in the past for different, wavelength, what do you call these? Docking station, stuff like that. I tried, and that wouldn't run. I couldn't run both the monitors to do what I wanted to do. And so anyway, he said what you need is these special cables, USB, USB cables. And turns out that I did need these cables that he had mentioned before. And then he said, well, you have, just run, display port over and you'll be able. But on my second computer didn't want to work. But I ordered right away two of these cables, and they were only, I think, $15 a piece, USB DisplayPort cables. And then, bang, as soon as I got them here yesterday or whatever, just plugged it into the monitors, and here we are. Let me go to Amazon. By the way, this is like magic, actually. When I was using ManyCam, and I would try to be doing, streaming video and that type of thing, it took forever for just for the Amazon page to, let's see, I want to do orders. Okay. I thought I fixed this yesterday. I don't want to go through I don't want to go through this. That just happened because of the switch that I made. It says switch. Okay, do I want to switch accounts or? I'm going to stop this for a second and try to fix this thing. Okay, so I'm going to pause it. Don't touch the mouse. Okay, that was really easy to fix. I just said change accounts, and anyway, what was I going to do? I wanted to show you the orders. That's what I want to do. No, it's doing it for that. It's doing that same damned thing. Okay. See, am I doing this, or see, are we, no, I need to pause because this is taking some time. I'm back. Okay, here is, the two cables that I got, and they have a bunch of them. I mean, other people, are selling these. You don't have to buy. These are I bought two of these, and bang, solved my problem, and easily. I mean, I just plug these cables in, and of course I got the 6.6 feet. Actually, I could have probably used 3 point, because now I have them kind of hanging back, hanging back a little bit of. But I did the 6.6. I didn't even look. I just ordered whatever it was, and so I definitely recommend these for my situation. I don't know about your situation, but. And this is with, an old Dell computer. So what else did I... here's also a new monitor stand that I bought for $26. Put it together, and that's what I'm using now for this monitor here. And then over here I'm just using the monitor stand that comes with, and I don't even ask, but I've got 3 or 4 monitor stands that I purchased and put together. But anyway, this is working now, and hopefully this is the way it's going to remain. Let's go back and see what else I've... Okay, did I show you the monitor stand? Yeah, I think I did. Can't remember. Trying to think if I'm using the fast charger for, there I am, for my cell phone. I'm not using, I ordered in the last couple different keyboards. Now this one here, the large print, whatever, I ordered that in. It didn't show the price, does it? But it was, I think, $15. Oh, here it is, I think. No, it's up here, $19. But what? Okay, I don't have it laying on the thing. I never use the keypad. I just never need the keypad. And so I've ordered a couple, and I'm not sure why I'm not using them right now. I've made so many changes and moving around and stuff. But I can get the same quality of keyboard almost and everything. It just without the keypad, and it, you know, gives me a little more room on the desk. I always forget to hit the, let's see, a list. Let's go to that. I've set up a gift list for myself. If any of you want to purchase something for me, feel free. Okay. Now I forget why I have one ViewSonic monitor. Anyway, I can't remember now why I put this on the list, except I'd be happy to have it. The ViewSonic, I only have one ViewSonic monitor, and most of the rest I have are LG monitors. And I don't know if you can hear that binging in the background. I think my grown son is sleeping in his room, and for some reason he turns on alarms and things like that. So I think he's probably still sleeping. It's, 9:15 in the morning. Yeah, I would, I'd like to have this monitor. Right now I'm not using or am I? Is this yeah, that's one reason I wanted to use, yeah, because this, this monitor over here is the ViewSonic, and it has, coming out of the back of it, well, on the side of it, actually on the side of the side, there are two USB, I think 3.0, I think. I can't see it from the front side here because it sticks back a little bit, and but anyway, it has a whole bunch of, cables hanging out of the back of it. And in the past, I was able to use this ViewSonic monitor without using HDMI or by using a C, micro C connection and stuff. So it's a nice monitor. So I'd like to have another one of them. And my complaint about the ViewSonic, I mentioned that before, was that when you want to putting the cables in, normally on these monitors, all the monitors, you just walk up to them and stick it in. On this one, it's underneath like a little shelf, from on the monitor, and you have to put it up, and you can't see it. But what I usually do, what I've done with this is, I just have it. If I'm not using it, or whatever, I leave the cables plugged in. So when I get ready to use it, I just bring it in. Otherwise I'd have to lay it down and then be able to put it in the back. So, but the new monitor of theirs, it's on the back. Not that I can show it. I can't. Oh, you're not seeing that? Okay. Over here we go. So there, see? Now that's fine. Now they've changed the stand, and it looks kind of weird. I mean, a little bit different. But yeah, anyway, this is on my wish list, so I want all of you who are multi-millionaires to let's see if we got the same list showing. Yeah. Now this is on my list, and it's only a slight improvement over what I have now. The Dell, I have a Dell. I did the same thing. This is, they call it now reconditioned or whatever. And this one's just slightly better. But it's only about $56 more than what I paid. So, but now since everything is working so well, for me. By the way, do I have this thing running? Yeah. Maybe I should get. Now, several people in the past have said, "Jam, just buy a new real computer instead of a B-Link, the little mini." I have about 3 of those. And they're correct. If I had the money, I would just, although I don't need it, I would just get, a more state-of-the-art. Now, what's going to happen in a year or two? Of course, maybe I wouldn't need to be, in a year or two, like when, we're at Windows 11 now, because of the AI, artificial intelligence that everybody is raving about, and that's the thing that it's going to be the thing. It's almost the thing. But when probably Windows 12 comes out, I mean, if you've got one now, a nice, you'll be okay. But with the depending on what you're doing, with the artificial intelligence that's coming out, there's going to be a whole bunch of things, I think, added to Windows 12, a whole bunch. And because there is quite a bit of, now I've done a couple things with my computer here that I'm using of the artificial intelligence. And it looks pretty neat, and I just scratched the surface. But that would be, I'm 82, I'm not sure I'll be around when Windows 12 comes out. Now everything is working, good, but I've thought, and I've purchased this kind of in the past I messed with, you know, XLR microphones and the power, and I have I do not have an XR microphone right now, but I have the cables. I have one of the things that supply the 24 volts or whatever it is. But I'd like to have this. Oh, you can't see it. Okay. I would like to have, I think, this one here. And I might decide that I don't like the XLR type of thing. Of course, I see down here it says, you know, supported software, OBS, Discord, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and that kind of stuff. And I've watched videos of this and ones like this. And right now, my voice isn't working, but the computer's handling audio and everything okay. And I've seen reviews, you know, reviews of this device, and it looks good. The problem with the, you know, microphones is, you know, they're the dynamic microphones, and you have to have it just about in your mouth. That sounds kind of obscene, doesn't it? You have to have it just about in your mouth. And if you move, you know, like the way I am, if you'd still hear me, but it, you know. So I don't know if I could. I see here. You know, it does XLR, but then you can also use a, you know, 1/4 inch, like the type of jacks you have on the end of other microphones or on guitars and all that kind of stuff. And it also does USB Type C microphones. And I'm not sure. Yeah, I do, because I have one of the blue Yeti, which I don't like, the big blue Yeti, which it just doesn't seem like it works out right. But yeah, I guess, of course, this comes with a, you know, with a microphone. Like I said, I watched the reviews, and it seems like it's okay. But if I got it, I might want, you know, a different microphone. Although that's on my list too, because I think eventually I'd probably, let's see, go back here to the list. Yeah, and here's one that, you know, I watched a review of it, and it sounds, you know, it sounds good. I mean, you know, looks good, sounds good. So I think that would, the thing with the XLR microphones is there's people that use those, and they just you know, just decide that they need a more expensive one, and before long they're using $1,000, you know, XLR microphone, and of course I wouldn't do that, and I just need something that. So anyway, those are on my wish list, and so I'll be expecting a big truck to pull up. I expect one of you are probably a millionaire, right? And I expect a truck will probably pull up in a day or two and unload all this stuff for me, right? Um, so, what else did I want? How long have I been talking? About 35 minutes. I think that's long. Like I said, I really didn't have um, anything. I just wanted to, since this setup now is working for me okay, and now I have both of these great cameras. I don't have to have that. Kind of bugs the heck out of me, that I have two really good USB, cameras, and to have one sitting over here not being used. Of course, I was, a lot of the time I run one, I'm doing my waving again. I have one computer running here and one computer running over there or something similar to it, so then I would have, be okay. But now that I have both monitors right here in front of me, one computer system running, I just hate to have, the Avery Media, and I forget the name of this one all the time. I want to say Chrome, but it's not Chrome. I could show you. Wait a minute. There we go. Let's go back to here and go to orders, and go down the list to microphone. Let's see, when did I this is one of the keyboards that I bought recently. I'm not sure why I'm not actually using it right now, but it doesn't have the keypad, so it's shorter, smaller, and let's see, inches. Okay, that would take about 3 inches off of the, I could use the extra 3 inches. No dirty comments, please, okay? I do have small hands like Donald Trump, but so I'm not using that. I wonder if I should now. I mean, not right now, but after I wonder if I should go ahead and, because the problem was the keypad that I'm using now, Logitech, I think, it has for the volume, a knob on a big knob on it, and this keyboard that's on the screen now that you're seeing, you hit. What is it? You hit something and then you hit another, you hit the FN key, which is right here. You hit the FN key and then you hit, one of the keys up at the top or whatever. But I'm using an inexpensive device, and it has a big dial, for sound. And it has a big dial on it, and it's right here by my keypad. So I may go to this other one. I change stuff too much, and I run into problems sometimes doing that. What else did I want to? There was something. No, I want to go back. Yeah, I'm 82. I'd like to go back and do things differently. I think that's what, I think God should make it where, let's say 80. Okay. You're born, you're a baby, people have to change your diaper or whatever, and But then I think we got, if there were a God, which there isn't, sorry, if you're religious, that's fine, because it's comforting to have something to believe in. But I would think the way God should have made things is, okay, you're aging, and okay, you're 80, and then you're going to start going back. Just going back. That would be, then when you get down to, you wouldn't be shoved back in your, but you'd go back, and then that would be the way to go, instead of the way we go now. Be great to be able to go back and well, I guess that wouldn't be good. I mean, because then you'd probably, you'd go back to high school or grade school, and if you knew what you knew, then you'd be doing stuff you shouldn't be doing. Or if you'd have learned, if you'd have done drugs or something or other, and you aged to 80 and then you started over, maybe you wouldn't do those things, I don't know. Anyway, God, okay, forget my idea of you changing things so that we age till we're 80 and then we start going back and being able to enjoy, You get to my age and you think, I never climbed Mount Everest. I never parachuted out of an airplane, all those kind of, that probably wouldn't be good, But maybe there'd be other things you would learn. What was I looking for here? I was going to show you something. If you see watches on here, my grown son buys watches all the time. Okay, it doesn't want to take me back any further for stuff that I was going to show you something, and I forget what that was. So this is okay, that's what I was going to show you. Anyway, it's funny that this actually, see, it was this Avery Media camera. I was good. But this other camera was really, really good. And now this one, in fact, I think just a while ago when I made the switch or whatever I did, so I think what it is the drivers. This one was using standard drivers or something rather. Now this one, the drivers haven't loaded for it. They're on here. But I just wonder if I run those, if it's going to mess up over here. I don't want to mess anything up because right now things are, thanks to a bunch of you who are a lot smarter than I am. I guess that's it. I haven't had breakfast yet, and it's 9:36 in the morning. There's stuff I haven't done that I need to do. I'm not sure what those things are. I guess the main thing is to have some breakfast. Thanks for watching. I think that's it. Thanks for watching.